Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of A Brew for Two podcast. I'm your host, Brad, along with my co-host, Derek.
Hello.
We are here on episode number 45, and there's lots to talk about tonight. So let's get started. But first off, we're going to have to say, before we start talking about ourselves, we're going to have to say something about a recent loss in the Hollywood industry, the pop culture industry. We recently lost Black Panther, King T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman.
Yep.
He was only 43 years old. He passed away of colon cancer, which it's crazy because that's the one cancer that you can be healthy, fit as a fiddle,
Which he was.
and you still get it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where colon cancer affects men especially.
Yeah.
And when you get a certain age and you have to check every year.
Yeah.
I
think it's 40.
Yeah. Once you turn 40, you have to go in for everyday checkups to be like, am I okay, doc?
I mean, realistically, if your diet's pretty good, you should be all right. Just kind of one of those things.
But he was in four
Four Marvel movies. He was in a crap load of other movies.
So he I don't know where he started from, but I know his big break was 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
And then from then on, he went from 12 Years a Slave to 42, the Jackie Robinson picture.
Yeah.
Where he became the first he played Jackie Robinson, who was the first black man in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
And then he went on from 43 or 42.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And then he went on from that to do Black Panther, to do Civil War, that came out in 2016, which he was awesome at. He was in it for most of the movie, and he did awesome at it.
Yeah, he was in it for a good chunk of it.
And then he became King T'Challa in Black Panther. And then
he was in Infinity War.
And then Infinity War.
Of course, he was in Endgame.
And then Endgame, in which Chadwick Boseman, he passed away of colon cancer. And this came to a shock to many people because not too many people knew he had colon cancer. His wife knew, and he didn't have any kids.
People close to him knew, but probably not a lot of anybody else. Really.
He got diagnosed in 2016.
Yeah.
When Civil War came out.
Yeah.
And he was still doing a lot of this shit. The producers and the executives probably didn't know. He probably didn't tell any of those people.
I think he would have had to probably disclose it, realistically. Can't kind of just not tell anybody. Especially if you're signing a contract, which for Marvel is usually a 3-year movie deal. Or 3-movie deal, so...
Well, Marvel actually has more than a 3-movie deal. I know Samuel L. Jackson movie deal was 10 movies or something.
His is a little different though because he's like a. Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing when you think about it. All the characters have more than 3 movies.
Yeah. Because
they all have the group movies, the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
Or they're tied into someone else's side movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like Black Panther and Civil War, right?
Black Panther and Civil War.
Iron Man was in Civil War. Spider-Man was in Civil War. Yeah. Everybody was pretty much everybody except for
Civil War set up Black Panther and it set up Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's now what's the MCU gonna do now? It's all up in the air now.
It's probably gonna fall to his sister, I would assume, because she would probably be next in line for the throne.
Well, it's not even she would be next in line. It's that society. It's that society passes down the role of the Black Panther.
Yeah.
To men.
Well.
To males only. To men. So, because they were thinking, because there's the new Iron Man is not. Her name is Ironheart.
Yeah.
And she is an African American woman.
Yeah, which I mean, she's not supposed to be, but
Ironheart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was supposed to be Pepper.
No.
I thought Pepper was supposed to be Ironheart.
It did no. Ironheart is different.
Then who's Pepper supposed to be? Pepper's supposed to be somebody.
Pepper Potts was a like a suit, and I think she's called something else. But Ironheart's an African American girl, teenager, who has the Iron Man suit and saves the day, basically. So the Marvel Universe being what it is, I can see Shuri taking on that role.
It's possible.
But now that Chadwick, pardon me, I'm really burpy tonight.
Yeah, apparently, Jesus.
So, but because Chadwick Boseman passed away, I think they're gonna scrap that idea of her becoming the new Iron Woman, Ironheart, Iron Man, like, and scrap that idea, and then make her the new Black Panther.
I think so now. I think they're gonna have to now. They're gonna have to do something now.
And also another thing that comes to mind is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, most of their heroes have 3 movie deals.
Yeah.
Except for the Hulk, because Hulk is owned by Universal.
Yeah.
So that's why they can't do a Hulk movie.
I'm glad they don't. We've had too many at this point. We don't
really need a Hulk movie. What does he do? He smashes.
Yeah.
Sure. It might be nice to get a good look at a new Betty Ross.
Sure, but I mean, also, like, we've also had way too many of them that have not been good.
But like I thought freaking Arwen played a good Betty Ross. Edward
Norton Hulk.
In the Edward Norton Arwen, whose actress names escape me, but I know Liv Tyler because she's Steven Tyler's daughter.
Yeah. That hottie.
Yeah. So she played the new Betty Ross, but back in the 2008 film. But I feel like. But like, you don't need a Hulk movie.
No, we already know where he comes from. It was a gamma radiation explosion, whatever you want to call it.
And he's fine just being who he is.
Yeah.
So, but for Black Panther, like, I know they have these 3 movie deals, like Captain America with Captain America, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Iron Man 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is on his second, coming to his 3rd movie. Thor 1, Thor 2,
Thor
Ragnarok.
is an exception because he's technically going to have 4 standalones.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't even think he's going to be a prominent player in the 4th one. Like, it's going to be called Thor Love and Thunder, but I think Natalie Portman is going to be the new Thor, basically.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like, we'll see. But anyway, back to Black Panther.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to do the 2 and 3.
No.
I think they just, because that Black Panther, the first Black Panther movie was amazing.
Yeah, it set up everything going into Infinity War.
It set up everything
going.
Was fine. It set up.
There was no loose ends. There was no.
Yeah, nothing. like he freaking T'Challa is like battling his brother that he didn't know because.
Well, no, it's not his brother. It's his cousin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. His cousin.
Yeah.
He fights
it's his father's brother's son.
Yeah, it's his cousin. So he goes like. This guy has the claim to this guy becomes king, but then his cousin challenges him to the throne because he never. And then they fight, and then at the end of the movie, the villain's right.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like
it's a weird movie. Like,
it is
whatever. But yeah, no, sad that he passed away. We'll see what happens with Marvel.
Yeah, but sad like 43 is too young to go.
Oh, 100%.
43 is too young to go. But. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. You will be missed.
Yeah.
And Wakanda forever. But anyway, so to get back into the lighter news of podcasting, we're not in the news portion yet.
No.
But so we're gonna talk about us because
we love talking about us.
We love talking about us. We love talking about what we watched this week and what we finished and what's going on.
We pretty much watched same things this week. I mean, we both started watching Lovecraft Country.
Oh, Lovecraft Country is amazing.
Which has been really good so far.
Like,
if you don't know what it is, it's kind of just if you ever had read any H.P. Lovecraft book, it's that. It's that. It's a movie. It's a TV show based on the books.
I don't know if you knew this, Derek, but I was listening to Fat Man Beyond with Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin, and they're the ones that turned me on to Lovecraft Country. I saw it on HBO, and I was like, "What is this?"
No, I was the same way too. And then there was a podcast I was listening to, not Fat Man Beyond, but another one that were talking about it, like how good it was. And I was like, "All right, well, I guess I gotta check it out."
but so the author H.P. Lovecraft is a known racist,
yeah,
but he writes this book that with African Americans, in this book, and like he writes them as African Americans.
Yeah.
And freaking the main character is a Korean War veteran, fought in the Korean War. Like freaking like you're hooked in the series in the first 5 minutes of the show.
Oh yeah, literally, because
he's having a dream.
It's like a dream sequence, and he's on the battlefield, and then all of a sudden there's aliens, and there's Cthulhu, and there's Jackie Robinson, and then there's an alien chick that he makes out with, Robinson. It's just it's pretty nuts. It's very, very good. You haven't watched it yet, and you're on the fence about watching it, I would definitely suggest it.
Spoiler alert: near the end of the first episode, it's like the slowest car chase in all of like television.
Yeah, because like he can't go over the speed limit, so he's going like 20 mile an hour. That's about it.
Because a cop stops them, and he's like, you know, you're in Sundown County, right? And by the way, this takes place in the '60s, so there's a lot of racism going on.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, you're in Sundown County, right? And he's like, so you have until sundown, and then after sundown, I have the right to shoot you.
Yeah.
And so you can leave, but you can't go over the speed limit because I'm gonna have to pull you over.
Yeah.
And
so they basically get chased by this guy out to the county line.
Yeah.
And they're doing like 20, 30 mile an hour.
And like,
it's so funny.
and then like once he gets over the train tracks, because that's where he needs to get over. Once he gets over the train tracks, his buddies are waiting. His buddies are waiting over the train tracks.
Yeah, the other county, which is also a Sundown County.
But so what ends up happening is, and then they get their just desserts. But like, it's an amazing series.
It's good, yeah.
It's hooked, and because it's an HBO series and not a Netflix or Crave original or any streaming service original series, we can't binge watch it all in one day. No, it's a weekly thing.
Yeah, it's an HBO series, so it's every
Sunday at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I don't know which.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend this series.
Yep.
Another series I highly recommend is a series I started watching today. It's a 2-year-old series. It came out
just recently came to Netflix. It was on YouTube where it was originally released. It's Cobra Kai. If you don't know what that is, you're young.
Well, also when that came out, when the Cobra Kai is based on the continuation of the Karate Kid series of movies.
Yeah, the first movie.
The first two.
Yeah.
Not so much the third one.
No,
I would say.
No.
I honestly never watched the Karate Kid movies.
Really?
I was just not a big Ralph Macchio.
Wax on, wax off? Come on, you didn't watch that?
I know a lot about them.
Oh my god.
I know a lot about them, but I know a lot about the movies because...
Oh, Daniel-san.
Yeah, I know a lot about the movies because of other pop culture references.
Yeah.
But I never really watched them because I wasn't a big Ralph Macchio.
Like, I mean, they're just good karate movies, I guess. Like, they're just I don't know.
Like, sure, like I watched other Ralph Macchio movies, like The Outsiders and Crossroads.
Yeah,
but like I never watched the Karate Kid.
Yeah,
because like
I give them a chance at some point and watch them. They're pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely giving them a chance. I'm gonna find them somewhere.
They're on Netflix.
Oh, are they on Netflix?
I think 1 or 2 of them are, and I think there's 1 or 2 on Crave. I know. I think the newest one with Smith's kid is on Netflix, I think.
Yeah. So
yeah.
But like Cobra Kai, it was a YouTube Red original series.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and everybody says, "Oh, it's an amazing series." Yeah. And I would not believe it because it was like, but it's YouTube. But I don't want to subscribe to YouTube for just one thing. No,
and they also charge like $10 a month, and they have like nothing on there.
Mm-hmm.
And the original content's crap. I mean, apparently not, because Cobra Kai is actually pretty good.
But then, like Cobra Kai like became a Netflix property because Cobra Kai season 3 is coming to Netflix.
Yeah.
And I started watching it, and I'm like, this shit is good.
Yeah.
It's a good like.
I know we started watching that last night. I think we got through like
So
3 episodes, and I think you said you watched like halfway through season 2 today.
yeah, no, I'm halfway through season 2. Well,
Yeah.
like each episode is 30 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
So and 10 episode season.
It's like a sitcom series, basically what it is.
I would say
No, as far as the episode length goes, it's like a sitcom series.
Yeah, it's a sitcom length of a series.
Yeah.
But I find it's like. So do you remember that show Kicking It on Disney? One of the Disney original series. It was the guy who played Jackson on Hannah Montana.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That was his like after Hannah Montana ended. That was his next Disney project. So I feel like this is what Kicking It wanted to be, because Kicking It was about a guy that it was about a sensei with a bunch of karate students, but it was Disney, so they couldn't cross certain lines. But because Cobra Kai is a YouTube show that's now a Netflix show, it can cross some lines.
Yeah, they can do whatever the hell they want.
Like, and it's basically, and Cobra Kai revolves around William Zabka's character, Johnny, forget his last name, but it revolves around his character and being like, and now because of his loss at the 1980 something karate championships, because his loss there, he became a loser. He became a bum. Yeah, basically.
But pretty much, yeah.
Like you find out that he has a kid, that he has a wife who constantly fucks other guys, and like he's separated from his wife because she's constantly fucking around. Yeah, and he has a son who he's failed and he wants to reconnect with, but his son wants nothing to do with him.
His son is a fucking dick, actually. Like, bit of a dick.
Wow. Well, from the episodes you saw,
yeah.
But he's actually not. He becomes a good guy.
Oh, well, that's good.
But then it's like it's a really good series.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I recommend it for sure.
I recommend it.
Yep.
And like Ralph Macchio is in it because like it kind of switches where Ralph Macchio was the loser and Ralph Macchio's character was the loser, Daniel's son. He was the loser, and William Zabka's character was the pretty boy, popular kid, bully. Yep. And then they kind of switch. Yeah. They kind of do like they kind of switch like face off and stuff. Yep. They kind of switch characters where now the big bully from high school who peaked in high school is now the loser, and the loser is now the breadwinner. But he's the breadwinner, but he doesn't know anything going on. Like, he just thinks from bad experiences in high school, he's think, oh, that Cobra Kai is bad news. But Cobra Kai is the heroes, and Daniel's son's karate Miyagi dojo is kind of like the bad guys. Like, you want to root for them.
You want to, but you really can't.
And then in season 2, the main villain of the karate series, not William Zabka, but his sensei comes back. So yeah, but yeah. So and then
it's a good show. I'd definitely give it a watch. For sure.
Definitely give it a watch, especially if you love 80s soundtrack stuff.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Like there's a one scene in one of the episodes where freaking the one main character's name is Miguel, and he's in love with Ralph Macchio's daughter in the movie. Yeah. And he literally kicks the bully's ass. And in the background, I heard like freaking that Peter in Your Eyes playing in the background by Peter Gabriel. In your eyes, in your eyes. Like the Say Anything moment where like he just needed to lift the boombox. And then
the other thing we went and seen this week, we went and seen Tenant on
because
Thursday.
movie theaters are back open.
Yeah, I would talk about it, but it's only been like 3 days, and also my brain still is trying to process that movie.
Well, so Tenant, I'm gonna try to avoid spoilers here because it's hard to spoil the movie because I don't really.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what happened.
So there's time travel in the movie.
Is it?
No, not really.
Like, that's the thing. Is it really time travel? Because they're not really time travel.
I feel like I feel like time travel done correctly, like when you travel back through time, you're not going to like to 20. You're when you travel forward through time or back through time, you're not going to 2015 or 1887 or.
Well, I mean that's what time travel would be. This is you're just.
But like,
not,
but
you're
that's
just,
what we think it is because of media.
You're just going backwards instead of going forward.
But like, if you travel back in time, like.
It's the long way of time traveling, I would say, because it's not instant. It takes literal time.
I guess
the movie's weird. It's pretty good though, I would say. It wasn't fully what I was expecting for it.
Yeah.
It more confused me than anything, I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
It is still a good movie though.
It was still a good movie. Robert Pattinson's in it, who is now the Batman. In the Batman.
Yeah, he's emo Batman.
He's emo Batman.
Yep.
He's not okay Batman.
No.
And he's literally gonna have a black parade in that movie.
Yeah, there's been so many memes of that already, and I love it. It's just so great.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. The memes for the Batman. But yeah, Tenant's hard to explain. Basically, Tenant is here's the best way to describe Tenant. It's Memento combined with Inception.
Yeah. I guess so. I don't know.
And like Memento was Christopher Nolan's first breakout movie with the guy can't remembering shit and he has tattoos of remember shit. It's those two, and then honestly, it's a little bit of a mix of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. If you want a Memento, like a 30-minute Memento movie, just watch the Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode of Memento.
Yeah,
they do an episode about it, and it's hilarious because it's like the one character keeps like trying to hurt himself. He's like, "Why do I have these tattoos on me?" And he's just like. And he's like, and then Jake Peralta's character, played by Andy Samberg, is like, "Oh, it's like that movie Memento." What's the movie Memento? And it's like, and then his buddy Charles is like, "Oh, it's like that movie Finding Dory." It's like, "Oh, I love that movie Finding Dory." It's just so good.
I if you're thinking about going to see Tenet, I definitely would. But it's going to be one of those movies that
you think you're following it.
Oh yeah, you think you know what's going on in the first and second act. Then it hits the third act, and you're like, "Wait a second, that what?"
This movie was supposed to be Christopher Nolan's answer to an American James Bond.
Yeah, which it
kind of is, but so
kinda,
much
sorta.
more.
Yeah, it's so much more than that.
It's American James Bond if James Bond was a sci-fi film instead of an action film.
If you're on the fence about going to see it, I would really suggest going to see it. But this is definitely this is one of those movies that you're gonna have to, when it comes out to DVD or streaming services, you're gonna have to watch like 4 times.
Honestly, I think people are gonna wait for the streaming services because they released this movie to see if this movie is gonna be the movie that brings people back to the movies.
I mean, I would say it did. It was sold out technically where we went, right?
Yeah, but I don't think this is the movie that's gonna do it.
No, I think one of the big ones will be a Star Wars movie or something.
I feel like,
or one of the Marvel movies or the DC movies.
See, Disney right now is talking about how their first movie back is gonna be probably, I think, Kingsman. Like, it's not even gonna be the Eternals. It's gonna be Kingsman.
Dude, that's fine. I like Kingsman. Kingsman is freaking fantastic movie. So
yeah, Kingsman is a freaking fantastic movie. But like, they were talking about because we all know they like Mulan, that was supposed to come out in theaters, is coming to Disney Plus for $30.
It already is.
It already is on Disney Plus for $30.
Yeah.
But like, and they were talking about like, should we put Kingsman on Disney Plus?
I don't think they should
for $30.
Yeah, I don't think they should.
But
because the problem is you're only renting it for $30. You're not buying it.
Yeah.
So like, if you were buying it for $30 and you had it forever, sure.
Yeah.
But you're only renting it at this point, and that's not no.
So like, yeah. So they were thinking of doing that for Kingsman.
Yeah.
But I don't think that movie is going to be the movie that brings people back to theaters. And actually,
it's probably gonna be a Marvel or DC that's going to bring people back. It's gonna be 1984 or Black Widow.
Well, Well, what comes out first, Black Widow or 1984?
I don't know.
I think 1984 comes out in October.
Yeah, so I think that'll bring people in for sure. But then as far as this is concerned, Black Widow will probably bring people back in.
Also, here's another note. Tenant's not even released yet in America.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Some theaters don't have Tenant in America yet.
Oh.
Like, they have New Mutants. Like, theaters are not open in America.
Well, they're also like, still like 20,000 cases a day. So
yeah,
and we're
live
like
free or die.
And we're like 100. So, in all of Ontario, like, so
yeah, they were just talking about this on Fatman Beyond. There's some theaters that are open in like small communities, but like in the big metropolitan areas, theaters are not open.
No, they won't be for a long time either.
No,
but anyways.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't think so it's gonna be a big blockbuster movie, like Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
Actually, DC just had its their version of Comic-Con fandom. We talked about this last podcast. Yeah. I got some little bit more information on the Batman movie trailer. How like freaking Colin Farrell's in that trailer, but he doesn't look like Colin Farrell. No. Like they made the Penguin, like they put Colin Farrell in a fat suit basically and put so much makeup on him that he doesn't look like Colin Farrell.
Oh Jesus Christ. That's gonna be good.
He looks like he doesn't look as animated as the Tim Burton Penguin.
Yeah.
But he looks like he like even freaking Jeffrey Wright, who plays Gordon, who said that's Colin Farrell, because he didn't freaking know.
Yeah.
And like they have a brand new take on the Riddler, where the Riddler's not just asking questions; he's just like riddle me. He's not just doing his old shtick, where it's riddle me this, Batman. What's black and blue and red all over? Like it's just black and white and red all over, or like stuff like that. He's legitimately a serial killer in this film. He's basically Jigsaw from the Saw movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he like, and there's a scene in the trailer where Batman opens an envelope and it says a riddle, and it has a bunch of hieroglyphics. And thank God for the internet.
Yeah.
Somebody already translated those hieroglyphics.
Of course they did.
I forget what the riddle said.
Yeah.
But like somebody already translated it, and it's like freaking a guy read it on Reddit and translated it.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Anyways, so this is also not news, but if anybody plays Pokemon Go, they released the Mega Evolutions.
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
They're available now, and how Mega Evolutions work is you obtain Mega Energy through battling the Mega Evolution in a raid.
Yeah.
And once you have enough Mega Energies to evolve your Pokemon to their Mega form, you'll have a limited time of 4 hours, which is pretty much a great time to have.
Yeah, I mean, if you plan it out right, you could use that for raids. Like, if you're for a raid hour or whatever, you could use it for battling at specific times. You could... Yeah, it's good.
And when they first announced the Mega Evolution, I didn't know how it was going to work. I thought it was going to be like being like you needed your own it was going to be another slot in your roster.
I mean, I that's what I thought it was going to be. I was kind of hoping it was going to be that because collecting shit, but it's fine the way it is, I'd say.
I kind of like this version better.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, so I don't have to worry about filling up my roster again.
Yeah.
Or like collecting I have to collect 200 candies to evolve into a Mega. Like it's just I have to because like when I play Pokemon Go, I'm a completionist.
Yeah.
Like I want to have everything or try to get everything. And like having a new slot available for newer things, I'm just like, no. It's like I don't want to get another Blastoise or another Venusaur or another Charizard. Like,
well, I mean, once you have every Pokemon, it doesn't really matter. Like,
exactly.
Because you're pretty close, anyways.
Yeah, I'm pretty close. Like, I still want Niantic to release more of Gen 5 because
they will eventually. It's just a matter of time, right? That's all.
Yeah, I just want them to release more of Gen 5 because they're releasing like Gen 6.
Yeah.
But they haven't finished releasing Gen 5. It's just like finish releasing Gen 5. Like, or finish releasing Gen 4, or release Kecleon from Gen 3.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
They're far behind. They're just like, oh, let's do this. Catch up and then do that.
Well, their events are showing the how far they are behind a lot of their events lately. Like, I mean, we had to do 2 weeks of Dragon Week because they fucked up on the first week.
They they did fuck up,
right? So,
but we never got the fuck up.
No, I mean,
there was one country / continent that did get the fuck up.
Oh, was that
Australia?
Oh, well, that sucks.
They didn't have access.
No one cares about Australia. I'm kidding. People care about Australia.
Yeah,
more people care about New Zealand because that's where Lord of the Rings was filmed. But all right,
anyways, and there was, before we get into the news, I just want to say one thing. I finished watching Eco Challenge, the world's toughest race. It was a Mark Burnett production. Mark Burnett, Survivor, The Voice. He's a very I was gonna ask you to give me another one. Anyway, he does all. Mark Burnett's a big reality TV mogul. Does lots, and he did his first show was Eco Challenge. It was before Survivor, and I got through the whole series. I finished the season.
You have too much time on your hands.
And the next, where they're going next is Chile. In 2021, they're going to Chile for Eco Challenge, World's Toughest Race, Chile. It's a fantastic watch. It's Amazing Race on steroids. Feel something? Yes, you did. Amazing Race on steroids. And I got to the last episode, and the winners, the team that Eco Challenge, because it's such a tough race, everybody wins. It's not just yes, you get places first, second, third, fourth.
Okay, then people win then.
But no, but everybody wins. It's not the first person gets the prize money, but also the challenge, finishing the race is basically what you do.
Okay.
So the team that came in first was Team New Zealand.
Okay.
The one New Zealand team. Second was a Canadian team. So Canada came in second. Third places were Australia. So
nice.
The one episode, it was hard to watch the one episode because freaking this guy got hypothermia.
Oh.
And he got hypothermia so bad that he couldn't he was close to dying. He was seconds away from death.
Jesus.
Yeah, they put a warm blanket on him and kept him warm, and he was good after that.
Yeah.
But I hate when reality shows do water challenges.
Yeah.
Because, and the part of the world's toughest race was swimming.
Yeah.
7 kilometers. In freezing cold water.
Well, I mean, that's why you also don't put people on these race challenges that are over 65 years old. Right.
There was people on the race.
No, I mean, you don't put those on people on there.
But no, it wasn't those people though.
Oh.
It was the people in their 40s, late 40s.
Well, you got to be able to do this stuff. You can't just. Because I mean, there probably was some people there that were just kind of there just to have fun with their friends or family or whatever. But this isn't the Amazing Race.
No,
where you're not doing this type of stuff. This is a challenge that you're going to destroy your body in.
Yeah,
you have to be physically fit, mentally ready.
They had to airlift one of the Japanese teams. They had to airlift one of the ladies off the Japanese team because she got trench foot.
Yeah. So
she couldn't move her legs.
Yeah.
She couldn't move her feet. She couldn't move her legs. She got trench foot, and they had to airlift her out.
Jesus.
There was a guy in one of the bike challenges where he was biking down a hill and he was going so fast that he fell off his bike and got a concussion. There was another guy who freaking also fell off his bike and way worse than the first guy, and he couldn't finish the challenge.
Yeah.
There was a lot of dropouts.
Yeah.
And there was one team of father and daughters. They just dropped out because they were so far behind, and they woke up and it was really rainy, and they had a tough part of the course coming up, and they're like, "Yeah, we're done."
Yeah.
The girls told their father "Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Can't do it anymore." And the father respected them for it, and he's like, You guys sure did good.
Yeah.
I recommend this series on Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
and it's another. It gets my stamp of approval.
Yeah, definitely go watch it. Yeah.
Go watch it.
Yeah.
So now it's the favorite. It's one of my favorite parts. It's time for some news. This week was a very difficult week for news because not a lot was happening this week.
No. Well, did we get the Snyder Cut last week, or was it this week for the announcement?
Last week.
Last week, okay.
So, but this week in news, we did get some things, and these things were good. So there's an animated series that's getting a live action reboot. I'm talking about Powerpuff Girls.
Mm-hmm.
You all remember the Powerpuff Girls. Sugar, spice, and everything nice were the ingredients to make the perfect little girls.
Yeah.
But then Professor Utonium accidentally added some chemical X, and he made the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, he basically made superheroes that could probably take over the planet, but
And their names were Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, and they protect the city of Townsville, which years later will be protected by a samurai named Jack.
Yeah.
On Monday, Deadline reported that a new Powerpuff Girls show was in the works at the CW. But unlike the original cartoon, the new series will be live action and follow Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup through their 20s. The series comes from Greg Berlanti, co-creator of the Arrowverse shows at the CW, Diablo Cody, who did Juno, and Heather Reigner, Veronica Mars, will also write the show. So, yeah,
There's some good writers behind it. I mean, it's going to be weird seeing them live action.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
Are they going to be...
Are they going to be hot? Yeah, they're going to be hot.
Okay, they're going to be hot. But
of course they're going to be hot. They're going to be hot. They're in their 20s. They're going to be hot. They're superheroes. Of course they are. Like, I wonder if one of them is going to be a LGBTQ. More than likely.
I feel like it's going to be Blossom.
Probably, yeah.
No, not Blossom. Buttercup.
Yeah, well, she was more the hippie.
Buttercup was the tomboy. Blossom was the leader, and Bubbles was the ditzy girl.
See, I think it's going to be Bubbles. I think Bubbles, yeah.
I think it's going to be Buttercup because she was the tomboy ass kicker.
Well, see, now you're just assuming shit.
See, yeah. Well, she fits the part.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's probably going to be one of them. Yes.
Also, are they gonna make it different? Are they gonna make it a different race?
I don't know.
Are they gonna be like, yeah? So the animated Powerpuff Girls were all white girls.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't.
The animated Powerpuff Girls, they're all white.
No, they weren't. They were not. No.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. Bubbles and Blossom were white, and Buttercup was black.
Buttercup was never black.
Yeah, she was.
No, she wasn't.
She wore a green dress.
She wore a green dress, but she wasn't black.
Yeah, she was.
That's a new series. I'm looking at it right now. She had black hair and black eyes and why can't I look up images, right? Look, she's a white girl with green eyes.
Oh, she was white. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't. They probably will do that just because that's what they do with everything now.
Yeah.
So. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I mean, they will more than likely do it just because of the way the world is now.
Mm-hmm.
They have to change everything to be inclusive of everybody.
I'm just curious on how they're gonna do the villains, like Mojo Jojo.
I don't know. Because he was a monkey with a brain thing on his head. That was pretty ridiculous.
He was hilarious though.
Oh hell yeah! Wait, wasn't there a demon in that show with the claws?
Yeah, but see with the Samurai Jack theory, he's the demon that takes over the world, and he's the reason for the post-apocalyptic. And now Samurai Jack has to kill him.
It's very possible, but I'm just because I mean that dude was definitely not. He was definitely a cross-dresser. Person.
Yeah. So the villains are Mojo Jojo.
Yeah.
Him, Fuzzy Lumpkins.
Yeah.
Princess Morbucks.
Yeah.
the Gangrene Gang,
That doesn't sound right.
the Amoeba Boys, and the Rowdy Rough Boys, the Rowdy Rough Boys were the male equivalents of the Powerpuff Girls.
Mm.
And I can already see them being their love interests in the new 20s version of the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, you're probably right. Honestly, more than likely, yeah.
Yeah. So they have a weird bunch of villains, and like the mayor of Townsville also had a hot assistant. Who there was some adult themes in that show. If you look back at that show, and there was some adult themes, and you never saw her face, but you knew she was hot because she kind of had fan service going on everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, I saw her face. Yeah, she was kind of. We're basically the same thing as Jessica Rabbit, just a little more, I guess, business.
Yeah, business casual.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
the mayor of Townsville, who was voiced by the same guy who voices SpongeBob.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be an interesting show.
It will be an interesting show. Yeah.
I definitely say I will not be going out of my way to watch it.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely watching that. Freaking Powerpuff Girls. Like, yeah. Live action. So we have a buddy here who's not on the podcast, but he's listening in to what we're saying, and he just judged me with his eyes because I'm definitely watching Powerpuff Girls live action because they're
gonna be hot.
They're gonna be hot.
They're in their 20s. Come on, we're getting judged right now. Anyways,
so there's gonna be a Resident Evil TV series.
Yeah.
Resident Evil is officially happening as a TV series. Netflix has given the order for 8 episodes in the series, and written by Supernatural executive producer showrunner Andrew Dabb, and produced by Constantine Film, which is behind the Resident Evil movies. The series will feature a brand new story across 2 timelines.
Woo.
So in the first timeline, 14-year-old sisters Jade and Billy Wesker are moved to New Raccoon City, a manufactured corporate town forced on them right as adolescence is in full swing. But the more time they spend there, the more they come to realize that the town is more than it seems, and their father might be concealing dark secrets. Secrets that could destroy the world. Dun dun dun. Cut to the second timeline, well over a decade into the future. There are less than 15 million people left on Earth, and more than 6 billion monsters, people and animals infected with the T-virus. Jade, now 30, struggles to survive in this new world, while the secrets from her past about her sister, father, and herself continues to haunt her.
I'm excited to see more Resident Evil stuff.
Yeah, it's kind
of the Mila Jovovich movies were good, like the first 2, and then the rest of them were kind of there.
I'm just excited because it has a Supernatural writer on it.
Yeah, so you know it's gonna be written well.
Yeah,
there's gonna be some comic relief thrown.
But every time I think of Raccoon City, I think of Robot Chicken.
Oh wow!
And here's why: there was a short Robot Chicken sketch, and it was Mario going he's at a crossroads, and it says the one way is Raccoon City, the other way is Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and he chooses Raccoon City. And he's like, "Oh, I'm in Raccoon City."
Yeah, should not have picked that one.
And he gets killed, destroyed. It's so funny. But I'm excited for this series coming to Netflix.
It's gonna be a Netflix series too, so it's not gonna be bad.
It's not gonna be bad. It's not.
They've been pretty okay so far with stuff.
And Netflix series, if they put a series out that you know nothing about, and you give it a chance, and you know something about it. But it's coming to Netflix. I don't know when, but
next year or two probably.
Yeah. The next bit of news: Pokemon Journeys is about to ruin our childhood.
Yeah.
So for 23 seasons of Ash and Pikachu's adventures in the Pokemon series, Pikachu has never evolved. Pikachu's evolution is Raichu and can be evolved by using a Thunderstone.
Mm-hmm.
In the Kanto season, aka the Indigo League of Pokemon, which is the first season of Pokemon, there is an episode where Ash tries to evolve Pikachu using the Thunderstone. However, Pikachu rejects it. However, this being said, he might be evolving in the new Pokemon series, Pokemon Journeys. This might be all speculation, though, so rumor, coming from a Twitter user named AnniePoke, or AnniePokey. I don't know. Since this person tweeted about a leaked episode description and the title of the upcoming episode of this new series. The upcoming episode is called I Got You, Pikachu. I Got Pikachu. I almost said I Got You, Pikachu. I Got Pikachu.
Yeah.
Which according to the description of the episode involves Pikachu mining the involves a group of Pikachus mining the Thunderstones, and Ash's buddy Go, the secondary character of the series, wants a Pikachu of his own. I can't see a world where our little friend with the red cheeks, aka Japanese Mickey, would evolve into Raichu.
No, and if they do it, it's gonna piss a lot of people off. There's a reason why it hasn't been evolved yet. It hasn't evolved since ever.
No.
The reason the first season he threw that down because he didn't want to evolve.
He doesn't want to evolve.
He doesn't want to be Raichu.
They made the, like.
No, what's going to happen in this season is Go is going to get his own Pikachu, and that Pikachu is going to evolve. That's why that's why there was a picture of Pikachu and Raichu from the episode.
That's what I think is going to happen as well.
Yeah.
This is all speculation, and I think it's wrong. It's somebody starting shit. It's somebody like.
Do you even put that out to say that after 23 fucking seasons of Pokemon that they're gonna evolve Pikachu? Fuck yourselves. Like, no, don't even like that. That's such that's one of the stupidest rumors for Pokemon that has ever been released. Because it's like, come on.
Yeah. There's
some things you just don't change. That's why Ash has never fucking aged. Like, there's a reason for that.
It's part of a conspiracy theory that Ash, when he looked at Ho-Ho back in season 1, he went into a coma, and that's why he's never aged.
Yeah.
In the 23 years Pokemon's been on the air.
Yeah.
It has some credibility to it. That
I mean, it does. Yeah, it's very, very possible.
But yeah, no, they don't evolve Pikachu, and that Pikachu has a mind of his own.
That's the whole thing. Like, he's the only Pikachu that is like that. There is no other Pikachu like that Pikachu.
Like,
and to evolve that Pikachu would be just you would destroy the. I mean, you wouldn't destroy the series, but you would definitely just piss a lot of people off.
If you think about it, Ash is a really shitty trainer.
Oh, he's horrible. He's a horrible trainer. None of his Pokemon have evolved. The only Pokemon that has evolved is his Charmander.
No, technically, Caterpie evolves to Butterfree.
His Bulbasaur never did. His Squirtle never did.
And he constantly lets Pokemon go.
Constantly just lets them go. Just lets them go. I think he has a Pidgeot at some point.
Yeah, he let his Pidgeot go.
Like what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? He let his Charizard go. You let his fucking Charizard. What are you doing?
Oh, he's the main character of the show that gets new Pokemon every time, right? Mm-hmm. So he's like, I can let you go, but I'll get a Trico next time, or like season 2 Gen 2 is around the corner, so I'm gonna.
What's really funny, actually, I found the other day, like what was just now thinking about it, is the fact that in Pokemon the first movie, he still has Charizard.
Yeah.
Even though he shouldn't, because Charizard should have been at the Charizard Sanctuary, where he was left.
How? Okay.
Because Pokemon the first movie was after that. Was like well after that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because he already had the Charizard, and the Charizard was already listening to him. So that would mean that it was after the incident at the Charizard Sanctuary.
Okay, because
when he left Charizard there, because he enjoyed it there. So it's very weird. I was just thinking about that now.
But sometimes movies don't really line up good with their TV series.
No.
But
if they evolve Pikachu, people will be pissed off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like they'll be really pissed off.
Yeah, and freaking Pikachu might become a dick when he turns into Raichu, just like how Charmander became a dick when he evolved into Charmeleon, and then became even more of a dick when he evolved into Charizard.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just, but they would never do that because freaking Pikachu's a pet,
and Pikachu is too much of
He's too likable. Like
he's too much a part of the series as a main character. Obviously, he is a main character, but he is too much of a main character to change him.
When I said he's Japanese Mickey,
he
literally is Japanese Mickey. You don't see parades of Raichu in the streets. You see parades of Pikachu. He's the face of Pokemon.
Yeah.
You don't
when you think of Pikachu for Pokemon, you think of Ash's Pikachu. You don't think of any other Pikachu.
When you think of Pokemon, people who don't know Pokemon, they say, "Oh, that's that Pikachu thing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So we talked about a animated show. Good drawing. Yeah. We talked about an animated show becoming live action. Yeah. Now we're going to talk about a live action show that's going to become animated. So X-Files is going to become an animated comedy series, just like Star Trek. Yeah. Lower Decks. So,
have you watched that yet?
No.
Sorry, just watch it.
Is it funny?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
So just like Star Trek Lower Decks, X-Files is getting an animated comedy spinoff. It's going to be called X-Files Albuquerque, created by the same guys who made Paradise PD.
Oh, God. Okay. Okay.
This animated series comedy is going to be based around the agency full of misfits. Basically, the B team of the agency. Christ Carter will be the executive producer, while Rocky Russo and Jeremy Sosenko will write the Sosenko will write the pilot. So basically, it's the B team. It's basically like
that's the same thing as Lower Decks is. It's just the B team.
Yeah.
It's the red shirts. It's the
basically like oh yeah, there's like a mutant clown terrorizing town. But that's too comical for Mulder and Scully to do.
No, it's not even that. It's literally like they're the people who go in afterwards and have to clean everything up and like talk to the people. Like that's probably what it's going to be. That's true. That's how Lower Decks is. It's not even like Lower Decks is like the main people go in, they're the heroes, blah blah, and then the other guys go in afterwards to clean up. Like
that sounds actually really funny.
They're the B team. They're the ones that go in afterwards.
I'm definitely watching that.
It's good.
But like, I feel like that's going to be similar.
Yeah,
but also I feel like they're gonna like get the tasks that Mulder and Scully are too cool to do. Like,
it's very possible, or like small tasks that they just don't want to do.
Yeah,
like you have to save this cat from a tree, but wait, it's an alien cat. I don't know. Like, it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny, especially if it's made by the same people who make Paradise PD.
Oh yeah, that show's hilarious. Like,
which I never actually watched the whole thing. I watched a little bit of it, and then I'm just like, okay.
But I found it a funny show.
Yeah. Our last news story of the day: we're getting a Haunted Mansion remake.
Yeah.
So Disney is conjuring up a new Haunted Mansion live-action movie based on its 51-year-old Disney park theme ride, with the Ghostbusters writer Katie Dippold attached to the project. Producers are Dan Lin and Jonathan Irich. Through their Rideback banner, Lin has an extensive producer experience with the Sherlock Holmes, It, and Lego franchises. He and Irich teamed on Disney's live-action Aladdin movie last year. Yeah. So I think. What do you think?
I think it's about time, I guess, for Haunted Mansion. I mean, we got Haunted Mansion years with
Eddie Murphy,
and it was good.
It was good.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay.
A lot of people have said it's flubber, but with ghosts.
Yeah. Well. Then again, if you want to compare it to flubber, then that means it probably shouldn't be remade. Because Haunted Mansion was it was a good movie. I don't think it should be remade, but I mean, I'm fine with this one.
I feel like a lot of people were disappointed with it because Haunted Mansion is a ride at Disney, and it's probably a scary ride at Disney.
Well, the thing is, after the movie came out, a lot of the stuff in that specifically was changed to look like the movie.
Okay.
A lot of it.
But I think because they have their Ghostbusters rider attached to it, I feel like it's going to be more scary. Maybe.
It is possible, yeah.
Than make it like a comedy movie.
Well, I mean, that's what it was. It wasn't a horror movie in the slightest sense. It was a comedy movie.
It was a family comedy
movie that just happened to have funny ghosts.
Yeah. So like I don't know where they're gonna go with this movie. And this is not the first. And like I said, Haunted Mansion was a movie that came out in the early 2000s with Eddie Murphy, based on the ride that's 51 years old.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time Disney has made a ride into a feature movie. They did it with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And they're doing it with Jungle Cruise that stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which I don't know when it's coming out now, but
at some point.
it's gonna be the new. They're trying for it to be the new Pirates of the Caribbean, which there's not. Also, I heard rumors that there's gonna be a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie coming out soon, but it's not gonna have Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. So they're just gonna.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Problem is like for Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, realistically, like if they bring it back and don't have Captain Jack Sparrow in it, is it really Pirates of the Caribbean? Because he's been in every single movie and he's been the main character in every single movie, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
like, who's gonna shout out the line? "This is the day where you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow."
Yeah. Or why is the rum gone?
Is the rum gone? Oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Or he has a jar of dirt. You know, it's just. Like Johnny Depp is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Johnny Depp is Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
And freaking they got Keith Richards, I think, to play his father, who basically it's Keith Richards playing himself.
Yeah, he's
just like it's like, and it's like, yeah, you got a point, Dad, and it's like,
yeah, and it's like
Keith Richards is basically plays a drunk pirate like his son, who also plays a drunk pirate, like who made. But yeah, so Haunted Mansion is another ride that's getting a remake
at some point. Yeah.
Some point.
Yeah.
This is the end of our news segment. Like I said, there is not a lot of going on. I actually was constantly checking IGN news, which is not part of my.
Yeah, there's not much gaming news going on right now. Like,
no, there is not.
Nothing's really been released. We got an announcement trailer for when the new World of Warcraft expansion is coming out in November. But other than that, that's all that's been happening in the gaming sphere.
Oh,
no delays this week, so that's at least a good thing for you, like Cyberpunk and everything.
Actually,
no new delays at least.
Actually, we're getting so we're almost in September, which means we're getting Tony Hawk Underground 1-2 remake soon.
Uh-huh.
Well, the remaster. Not really remake, remaster.
Yep.
We're getting that soon, so that's coming up.
Yep. And
that's gonna be exciting. So yeah. And before we sign off, my favorite part of the show, on this day in film and television history.
Yeah.
So first thing I like to talk about, the year was 28 years ago today.
Yeah.
The largest wrestling crowd outside the US, with 75,000 people at attendance at Wembley Stadium in London, was announced.
Yeah.
So that was probably SummerSlam 1992, the WWF, with Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog. And also
long time ago.
So I'm 28, 97. The kids born in 97, how old would they be right now?
97, they'd be 23.
23 years ago today, Netflix was founded.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always forget that they used to be just like a little thing on the street corner that you would just put money in and you get a DVD and have to return it after like a week or two or whatever the hell it was.
Also, on this day, Gene Wilder passed away on this day.
No shit.
Yeah, in 2016, 4 years ago, he passed away. Anything going on with video games?
2 actually. 24 years ago, the first Crash Bandicoot came to PlayStation.
No shit.
Yeah,
and today. We're getting the 4th one shortly.
And crazy enough, also on this day, 21 years ago, the first Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was released.
No shit.
Ironically, apparently August 31st is a good day for games.
Yeah. Also, in 1967, it was the final TV episode of The Fugitive, which became a movie starring Harrison Ford.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Well, and if we want to go one step further, because we're not going to be here for this one. September 1st. That's 25 years ago was when Doom came to the Super Nintendo.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyways.
The most metal game ever.
Most metal game ever. Yep.
Anyways, so we just finished up the news.
Yep.
We just finished up on this day. And with that being said, this brings us to an end of another fantastic A Brew for Two podcast.
Yep.
My name is Brad. You can follow me at any social media at agingerfin92.
Yeah, I'm Derek. You can follow me on all social media at King Direct, and you can follow the podcast at A Brew for Two podcast on all social media, and also follow our YouTube channel, which has these audios uploaded to it.
And with that being said, I wish you all a good night. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.